Hi crime obsessed people, welcome to my channel. My name is Jade and I decided to create this channel because I'm really interested in everything true crime. I love cold cases and serial killers and all that. I watch a lot of YouTube channels about true crime and I also listen to podcasts about true crime as well. So I figured it'd be fun for me to start a channel and talk to you guys about cases and just bring awareness to cases. I also want to give my 2 cents because I just find them all very interesting and I always have something to say. So I thought it'd be fun. I was doing some research about what case I wanted to focus on for my first video and I came across this case about a missing girl and her name is Harmony Montgomery and she is from New Hampshire. I decided to focus on this case because it is very new. There will probably be a lot of information coming out about it in the upcoming days and weeks. I wanted to spread awareness to it because from what I've seen in the interviews with police and stuff like that, they're just really desperate and looking for answers and trying to find this missing 7-year-old girl. My hope for this video is to reach anyone who might have any information to help find her and bring her home safe. Let me tell you a little bit more about Harmony. So Harmony Montgomery would be 7 years old now. She has blonde hair, blue eyes, and she is about 4 feet tall and 50 pounds. So the crazy thing about this case is that the last time she was seen was 2 years ago. Yeah, so 2019, which is just like nuts because I mean that's a really long time, and this is a girl, like it's a young child. So yeah, that's the thing that really caught my eye with this one, was how long ago she was last reportedly seen. Another thing about Harmony is that she is blind in her right eye. From my research, the interviews with police, they were mainly using pictures of her with her glasses on for the posters because she would probably be wearing them since she can't see out of one of her eye. She is from New Hampshire. The last time she was seen was October 2019. So she would have been about 5 years old back then, so kindergarten grade. And to give you like a timeline of her disappearance, this is what we know so far. Really, there's not much that we know, which is a really sad thing about this case, that there's really not much information at all out there. I'm really hoping that there will be in the future, but this is what we know so far. She was last seen in October of 2019 when there was a call to police made, and this was reported by her great uncle. His name is Kevin Montgomery. Apparently there was some kind of like incident at the house that she was at. He said that he was trying to like come in through the front door to get to her, but he wasn't allowed in by her father, her biological father. That's another thing about Harmony, is that she didn't have the best upbringing, which is just very sad to me. In the fact that this is happening to her is just something I can't imagine happening to, someone I care about. Kevin Montgomery tried to get into the house, but he wasn't allowed in, and then police were called. And this was reported by the Daily Beast. And because of this incident and how the police were called, Harmony's father, his name's Adam Montgomery, by the way, basically stopped all communication with the family, and he even blocked some of the family members on Facebook. So yeah, I guess it was pretty bad, so that they basically stopped talking to each other. People were obviously asking him like, oh, if you saw them like that long ago, then why did it take you so long to say anything, He was saying that because COVID hit in March, about March of October 2020 was when lockdown happened and all that. So he just figured it was kind of normal, kind of a normal thing for them to stop talking to each other. And especially since they weren't on good terms, he didn't think much of it. That's why it was so long. And also the last time she was enrolled in school that police know of was in Massachusetts of 2019 as well. One source that I read said that they were first notified about her disappearance on December 29th of 2021. So just last week when I'm making this video. So yeah, very new. And then on January 2nd, 2022, police ended up searching a house on Guilford Street with connection to Harmony. This house was the last place where she was seen at. But the house was sold in May of 2020, and the police have said that the current homeowners don't have any connection to Harmony's disappearance, and they have been, you know, completely cooperative with police in terms of, like, you know, telling them whatever they need to know and letting them search the house. I'm gonna be inserting a picture of the house just so you guys know, like, they basically have nothing to do with her disappearance. They're just people who bought the house after it was sold. The house was searched from 8:30 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. So yeah, that's quite a long time. I mean, I'm kind of assuming that, you know, they might have been searching for a body. I mean, I really don't know, but I hope that they were just searching for any, like, you know, sign of a struggle or something, because the police are still hoping that Harmony is, you know, still alive and that they'll bring her back alive. I'm not going to say anything else besides that because we're still hoping that she would be alive. The current homeowner had an interview off camera where she said that she basically never even met Harmony or Harmony's family, so she really has no connection to the family at all. And I'll also insert a drone picture that was taken when the police were searching the house. As you can see, there are like tents, you know, in the back and all that, so we really can't tell what's going on there. So after the police were notified of her disappearance, an Amber Alert was not able to be sent out because it basically didn't qualify for the requirements that you need to send out an Amber Alert, which I didn't know about this, but there needs to be a vehicle that, you know, the child was last seen in, or like someone that they were with for an Amber Alert to be sent out. So no Amber Alert has been sent out. I've watched both of the interviews with police, and they're pretty tight-lipped about this whole thing. Like, they're not really saying much besides the fact they want to find her and they're looking for any information about her from the public, and they're just desperately trying to find her. They're not talking about, you know, what connection the family members might have to do with it, or if there are any like suspects or like people of interest at all, which I'm gonna go into a little bit later. But the police are like, we just want to find her. We don't want anyone to do any investigation of their own to try to find out who did what to her. However, they did say that they have been talking to any and all family members, but they did not give any information on to who specifically they talked to. So yeah, we don't know much about their investigation. Some other information is that Harmony actually had a biological brother whose name was Jameson, and he was adopted by Blair Miller, which is a news anchor, and his husband. There was an interview done with him, and, you know, they asked him the adoption process and why he didn't potentially adopt Harmony as well, but he said that he did inquire about adopting Harmony. I don't know how far that process went, but he was told by the Massachusetts Department of Children and Families that she had been reunited with her father. I don't know much about the foster system and how that works. I mean, overall, I'll just say that it's just pretty sad, you know, that her brother, yeah, that they were separated. Not that it's like his fault, you know, Miller's fault or anything like that. It's just, that just makes this case a little bit more heartbreaking for me, because it's just that her brother, you know, was separated from her, you know, they were separated from each other, and how she was returned to her father, which I'll go into right after this. But her father was not the best person, and her brother ended up being in, you know, seemingly a nice household. And Blair Miller also said that he had never met Harmony either. So yeah, he was just basically sending his condolences and wanting to find out any information that they can. So here's some background information about her parents, because obviously, like, when a child goes missing, that's who we would first turn to, is like, you know, are her parents, like, why didn't they say anything, like, why didn't they know, and all that stuff. And so her dad, who she was living with at the time. His name is Adam Montgomery, and let's just say that he's just not the best character, because from a source that I researched, he basically has a criminal history dating back to 2007 that includes burglary and stalking and first-degree assault. And the first-degree assault is actually, there's a news article that I'll probably insert into this video, but he basically shot someone in the head during a drug deal. So not the best dude, we'll say that. And Harmony was actually returned to him in February of 2019. So she's been living with him quite a few months by that time. And her mother's name is Chris Renee Sorey, aka Crystal Sorey. I'll also insert a picture of her. I don't know too much about her. Like, I tried looking it up on Facebook, but I think you have to be friends in order to really get any information from her posts. Did, however, do a few Facebook posts like talking about like her daughter and how she wants, you know, to find her daughter. Yeah, so those are her parents. So we don't really know much. I mean, obviously her mom did give her up, so I don't think the mom really has much to do with it. The mom just wants to find her, but you know, we really don't know anything at the moment. The dad seems to be the one that I would have an eye on the most, because she was living with him at the time. And also there is a reward of $12,500 offered by two businessmen and the Manchester Crimeline for any information, you know, that would lead to her safe return. So if you have any information about her at all, like no matter how irrelevant that you might think it is, make sure you do contact the Manchester police, because we never, you know, you never know if that information might be helpful to police in finding her. But I will include a few phone numbers and information below in the description bar of where you can contact. I really hope that, you know, someone will come forward with any information. It's just really sad to me that this 7-year-old went missing 2 years ago and no one even know about it. Like, it's just so sad. I mean, I think it's also because of COVID and how that kind of really, now we see what loopholes there were in the system, you know, that kids like this, you know, who have been in foster homes, you know, who don't have the best family, are lost in the system, and that nobody even knows about it, you know. So probably because all kids were taking classes remotely at this time, so I don't know how this happens. You know, even the police were saying that this is not a common occurrence, that, you know, a child goes missing for 2 years and we don't know anything about them. So yeah, I just think it's really sad, and I really hope that Harmony's returns safely to her family. Okay, so this is a recording after my first one, because as I was sitting down and editing my video, I was checking news on updates and stuff like that, and the father was actually arrested on Tuesday, January 4th, on charges of second-degree assault, interference with custody, and 2 misdemeanor charges of endangering the welfare of a child. Yeah, so it looks like he was probably responsible for hurting her in some kind of way. And then the same news article said that his brother, whose name is Michael Montgomery, said that he has been abusive towards Harmony. In July of 2019, Michael Montgomery said that he saw Harmony having a black eye, and that Adam said that he basically bashed her around because she wasn't taking care of her little brother. I don't know why, like, no one reported this to like CPS, you know. I mean, I would imagine if this happened in July of 2019, then she would have been removed from his care. I have no idea what happened there. It's pretty angering, actually. Also, the uncle said that he apparently saw Harmony being forced to stand in a corner for hours as punishment, that Adam had told her to like scrub the toilet with a toothbrush. I mean, this little girl is really going through it, and no one was really doing anything about it. I mean, someone wasn't doing their job if she was not removed from the custody of her dad at this point, when they found out that she's been abused, you know. Adam also had a wife, or currently has another wife. Her name is Kayla, and at the time she was living with them, and she said that the last time that she saw Harmony was when she was leaving for work in November or December of 2019. And that, I'm also kind of like, why didn't she say anything then if she was the last person to see her? So I don't really know if she has anything to do with Harmony's disappearance, but maybe she does if she's not saying anything about it, you know. But definitely now it's looking like Adam for sure did something to her, allegedly, you know, or in theory he probably did something to her. I mean, I hope she's still alive, but from what the charges are saying, I'm not confident of that. Also, the reward for Harmony's investigation has been increased up to $43,000 for any information about her disappearance, and, you know, to help bring her home. The police are still trying to bring her home safe. So you know, where we still have hopes that maybe she's still out there and that we can still find her. But yeah, I just wanted to include this extra information into my video because I thought it was really important, and I'm sure in the future things will come out about the involvement of the father, and yeah, maybe I'll have to do an update on this case if more information comes out. But I really hope that we can still find her and that she is safe and alive, and that she can just be brought back to her family. Yeah, if you have any information about her, please contact the lines that I have listed in the description or on the screen. And also let me know what other cases you would like me to cover. I just really am interested in a lot of different cases, and I'm really excited to discuss them with you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you guys have a great day and Happy New Year.